Oh, we went to the wrong. Bear with me here.
Is this that thing that Ernie was talking about the other day where you have to go to view, like presentation view or something like that?
Yeah, it might be. No, it's still doing the wrong thing. All right. That's what we wanted to see.
Yay.
Everybody can just see the slideshow, right?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let me do one more thing here. You can talk amongst yourselves while I'm getting this set up.
Okay. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Nikki.
I think you're the one that I've got on screen with the name and the image.
Right.
Oh, Sandra and Kaylee are on here too. Hi, y'all.
Hi. Hi.
Is everybody in Denver or y'all in other places?
I'm in Colorado Springs.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in Denver.
Cool. Me too. How many days have y'all been in at this point?
Well, I actually resigned 3 weeks ago, so
Okay.
yeah, because I'm with child.
Oh.
Due in about 5 weeks, so
Oh man.
I've been kind of stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, I think I've got everything set up here now. Welcome back, everybody. Hola.
Hola.
Nuevo a todos. Gracias por juntarse con nosotros. So we are going to get started with the next lesson of our first level of Spanish here, Spanish Foundations Level 1, Lección 5, Lesson 5. En esta lección vamos a repasar cómo hacer las compras y cómo ordenar comida. So we'll review how to buy things and we'll review how to order food at restaurants. And we've got a lot of new stuff to start taking a look at. Vamos a aprender el alfabeto, so we'll learn the alphabet. We'll learn how to order food at a pizzeria argentina. Y vamos a comenzar a conversation. Let's see here. So let's just jump right into the alphabet. Repiten. A.
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 E.
B.
E. Sorry. I was stuck on the vowels. Let's start over again. A.
A.
B.
B.
C.
Say.
D.
D.
E.
A.
F.
F.
G.
A.
Hey.
H.
H.
I.
E.
Ni.
J.
J.
K.
K.
L.
L.
M.
N.
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 Ñ.
N.
O.
O.
P.
P.
Q.
U.
R.
R.
S.
S.
T.
T.
U.
U.
V.
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 W.
W.
X.
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 Y.
Y.
Zeta.
Zeta.
Z.
Okay, muy bien. That's the Spanish alphabet for you. So if you get the book, it's available on Amazon. Let's Start Talking Spanish Foundations. We've got this color-coded for you in the 5th lesson. So you'll see a chart that looks like this. This is just kind of a little, I don't know, hack to the pronunciation of the alphabet. So what happens here is learning the alphabet is just essentially learning this really long random list of different sounds. So if you can kind of focus the letters around the vowel sound that they produce, that will help you out a little bit. So color-coded here in orange, we've got the vowel A. So all of these letters are going to end with that A sound. A.
A.
Ah.
Jota.
Jota.
Ka.
Ka.
Zeta.
Zeta.
Okay.
Z.
We can see the vast majority are going to end with the A sound. A. B.
B.
C.
C.
D.
D.
E.
E.
F.
F.
G.
G.
H.
H.
L.
L.
M.
M.
N.
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 E.
P.
R.
R.
S.
S.
T.
T.
V.
V.
W.
W.
Y.
Y.
All right. Next we have E.
E.
And just 2 here. E.
E.
X.
A kiss.
O.
O.
There's only 1 letter there. And then finally U.
U.
Ku.
Ku.
U.
U.
So for the most of these, like when you're learning your alphabet, you know, you can kind of default to the A sound. That's going to cover you in most of these. Now, I do want to share with you a little bit of information about the Spanish alphabet. Who here studied Spanish in either high school or college at some point?
I did.
I see a couple of hands going up. So yeah, the Spanish alphabet actually went through an official change in 2010. There's an organization out of Madrid, Spain, called the Academia Real de Español that officially manages and governs the language. Languages change over time, and it's no big deal. You just have to kind of learn the changes. There have been a couple of changes to the Spanish alphabet since the last time you studied it. So let's talk about those. Before 2010, it was generally accepted that these 2 letters, because they are pronounced the same, are, if you need to clarify in spelling, the B grande or the B chica. After 2010, the alphabet changed the 2 letters to be B and Ube, okay?
Yeah, I was going to say, because when I learned it, it was B and W were the V and the W. And I was like, wait, Ube.
Yeah, and then that's all gonna, well, the W would be the W.
Right, but it was B, W, and then Y. And when you just said it now, I was like, wait, Ube? What is Ube? And what is yay? Anyway, that's neat.
So another one of the changes that we saw was with the Y, as Nikki mentioned. This used to be pronounced as the Y, because it produces, just as the raw letter, the same sound as the I. But I guess this came from the Greek alphabet at some point. To help new learners with their pronunciation, they changed the way you pronounce the letter to Y instead of Y. But you're going to hear both, and pretty much most people will understand if you say either one of these. The last one here, we have the W, okay? It used to be the W, and now people refer to it as the W, okay? The double letters were removed officially from the alphabet. They decided they weren't really individual letters, just double letters, so no need to actually have them in the alphabet anymore. So we no longer learn independently the che, the eye, and the r, okay? So we're left with a little bit of a shortened alphabet today, a little bit easier to learn. And this is now the official Spanish alphabet according to the Royal Spanish Academy since 2010. Okay. The reason why we're learning the alphabet in Spanish is because you want to know how to spell in Spanish. The good news, Spanish is a phonetic language. So that means it's typically, you spell things the way they sound. So to say class in Spanish, you say clase. And if the vowel sounds A, clase, you should know how to spell that. C-L-A-S-A-A, okay, clase. Moving on along, what we're just gonna start with spelling with is to learn how to spell your name. Because imagine if you're checking into the airport in Argentina, and there's a good chance, especially with some of you, Nikki, your name does not sound like it is spelled in Spanish. So if you were talking to a travel agent in Argentina and you said that your name was Nikki, they might spell it N-E-K-I. And that's not how you spell your name, is it?
Right.
So what happens when you get to the airport and your ticket says N-E-K-I? Well, we've got a lot of problems that are about to happen. You're not getting on that plane. So you want to definitely, if nothing else, learn how to spell your own name in the Spanish language. All right, so let me see here. We've got a decent little group again here. So we'll just start off here with Ana. I'll ask you this question. Oh, and by the way, in order to ask somebody how you spell something, you can use the question, ¿Cómo se deletrea? ¿Cómo se deletrea? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Ana.
¿Cómo se deletrea tu nombre?
¿Me? Se deletrea. Okay. 10. Nope, that's nombre. Not number. It's not number. It's name.
Yep. Asking how do you spell it?
A-N-A.
Yeah. So there's another good example. Ana in Spanish is actually a really common name, but it's just spelled with one N. So you have a double N, right? So you want to be able to clarify that. The next question we have here for Nikki. ¿Cuál es tu apellido?
Es Bonner.
Okay. ¿Cómo se deletrea Bonner?
Se deletrea B-O-N-N-E-R.
Let's see here. Next we have, who is Galaxy A10E? I can see you, but I can't hear you, Galaxy. Let's see here. Francis, are you with us?
Aquí estoy.
Hola, Francis.
Hola.
Francis, ¿cuál es tu correo electrónico? It's meaning email.
Es francis@thelanguageschool.us. ¿Lo deletreo?
Sí, porfa.
FRANCIS@thelanguageschool.us.
Muy bien.
Aplauso, clase. La estudiante avanzada.
Gracias.
All right, let's go with Tracy. Tracy, you with us?
Yes,
Right.
I'm so lost.
Okay, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Tracy.
Hola, Tracy, ¿cómo se deletrea tu nombre?
You want me to spell my first name?
Yes, exactly.
They, Ali,
Ellie?
say, I forgot how to say.
Why so you're gonna say yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, muy bien. T-R-A-C, yay. Muy bien. Let's see here. I think we have Sandy. Andy Stokely, Sandra? Are you with us? Can you hear me? All right, maybe she has her microphone muted. Taina?
Yes, I'm here.
Hola, Taina. ¿Cuál es tu apellido?
It's Cook, C-O-O-K. So, K.
Okay. Perfecto. All right. So, moving on along. Vamos a repasar cómo hacer las compras en español. Okay? But we're going to make some changes to the original dialogue that we learned. Okay? So can I get a volunteer from the audience?
I'll do it.
I'll
Taina.
volunteer.
All right, who are you?
Oh, I
I'm
don't know.
Nikki. And I don't,
Okay.
was it Taina? Were you the other person?
Yeah, but you can do it if you want, Nikki.
No, I think he's wanting two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so why don't we have Nikki? You can be the person on the left, and then Taina, you can be the person on the right.
Okay.
Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. Necesito un libro.
Muy bien. ¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Nueva York. ¿Y tú?
Soy
New
de,
York.
Soy de Arkansas. ¿Hablas español muy bien?
Gracias. ¿Cuánto cuesta todo?
100 pesos.
Perfecto. Llevo todo.
All right, very good. So we can see kind of the basic dialogue that we introduced, but we've added a couple of extra questions. And the reason why I'm doing this is to try and help you prepare for a real shopping situation. If you're like most of my Spanish students, when you walk into a store in some place in Latin America, people are going to be almost automatically, identifying you as probably not a non-native Spanish speaker, right? And when they hear you start speaking Spanish, that's going to provoke a curiosity and a whole bunch of questions, 9 out of 10 times. So we're just going to review some of the more common questions that I would hear when I would be, living and traveling throughout Latin America. Now, this first one, culturally, as of course you know, here in the United States, really not an acceptable question to ask somebody that you don't know very well. But in Latin America, it's still not the best question to ask, I would say, but you're going to hear it. For whatever reason, people still ask it a lot. I also like to teach it just because it's a little irregular in the translation between English and Spanish. So this question, ¿cuántos tienes? Literally translates to how many years do you have, but of course we would not say it that way. We would say, how old are you? So you want to answer by saying, I have 37 years. So I would say, yo tengo 37 años. Okay?
Okay.
Another kind of common question that might come up is to talk about, in Latin America, soccer. Everybody talks about soccer. ¿Te gusta el fútbol? Means, do you like soccer? And then a follow-up question would be, ¿cuál es tu equipo favorito? Meaning, what's your favorite team? So I lived in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and in Cordoba, and this was like instant conversation starter. Everywhere you went, this was one of the first questions people ask. There are two primary football teams, soccer clubs in Buenos Aires, Boca Juniors and River Plate. Yo soy de Boca. Mi equipo favorito es Boca Juniors. ¿Qué te gusta hacer? What do you like to do? Another really common question you might hear. So I would frequently say, me gusta bailar. And then in Latin America, culturally, everything focuses around the family nucleus. So if they see you by yourself, they might ask you, if you're a man, ¿estás casado? Meaning, are you married? And if you're a woman, ¿estás casada? Again, meaning, are you married? I got this question all the time. ¿Por qué hablas español? Like, what are you doing speaking Spanish? Why do you speak Spanish? So it's always good to, come up with a reason. Hablo español porque me gusta. Hablo español porque me gusta viajar. Things like that. little bit less common in Latin America. ¿A qué te dedicas? What do you do? What do you do for work? But still, it comes up quite a bit. So you want to be able to prepare yourself to answer that. Yo soy maestro. And then finally, if we're in Mexico traveling, we might say, ¿Qué haces aquí en México? What are you doing here in Mexico? And you could say, estoy de vacaciones, estoy de negocios, I'm on business, I'm on vacation, that sort of thing, okay? There's a lot of different music types throughout Latin America. So if you're in the Caribbean somewhere like Cuba or Puerto Rico, they might say, escuchas la música salsa. If you're in the Dominican Republic, they might say, escuchas la bachata o escuchas merengue. Of course, in Argentina, tango is the kind of national music. And then mariachi might be a music that you get asked about in Mexico. Okay, so vamos a practicar, okay? Vamos a practicar. So do we have, let's see here, Anna. Why don't you practice with Francis for us? And here are some of the first two questions you might ask, and then some of the questions. You don't have to ask every single question on the left, but maybe mix in a couple of those questions for Francis.
Okay. Hola, Francis. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. Necesito un libro, un diccionario.
Oh, I don't remember what the response was to that, but muy bien.
Yeah, that's pretty much, or you could say, bueno, un diccionario cuesta $5. So just like you said, you know, muy bien, and then you start asking those questions. Get curious, what is Francis doing in this store speaking Spanish with you?
Sí. ¿Por qué hablas español?
Bueno, porque me gusta mucho el español.
¿Te gustan bailar?
Sí, me gusta bailar.
Sí. ¿A qué te dedicas?
Yo soy maestra de inglés en los Estados Unidos.
And then at some point, Francis, you might want to go for the close, you know, and say, okay, that's great. I'm tired. ¿Cuánto cuesta todo?
Ok, muy bien. Muchas gracias. ¿Cuánto cuesta todo?
Oh, 20. 20.
20.
Dólares.
Bueno, aquí está. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
All right, nice. Let's see here, Tracy, are you with us?
Yes.
All right, well, Tracy and Lyle, can you hear us now?
I can, but I subscribed very late, and so I'm just listening in actually.
Me too.
I'm South African. I'm South African, and I'm in the US currently, and I would like to learn some Spanish. But I think I tuned in too late, and so I have no clue how to speak Spanish. I still don't know how to say a single word except ven aquí, which I think my wife uses for my dog sometimes.
Ven aquí means come here. Okay.
Yeah. So I apologize, but I cannot participate now. I'm hoping that you have another series that runs.
Yeah. So if you want to just leave your contact info in the chat, I can definitely reach out to you later. Okay. We actually, so this is our second day in doing this. This is, you know, we've been forced to move our business all online, and just wanted to kind of do something for everybody that's stuck at home right now. So we started this yesterday, and this is now the 5th lesson. I do have the recording of yesterday's classes that I can send to you. So send me your contact info in the chat feature so I can get that over to you.
I appreciate it.
And yeah, we'll, you know, definitely I've got classes, online classes available. So we can talk about that. So yeah, that's cool. If you want to skip this one, do you want to do it? Give it a try, Tracy? Tracy, can you hear me?
Yes. I'm not sure what happened. Okay.
Do you want to try it with Kaylee?
Okay. I will try my best.
Yeah, try your best. The worst thing that can happen is you learn something new.
I know, but I only learned Spanish for a year, long time ago, so I don't remember most part.
That's okay. All right, Kaylee, are you with us?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Kaylee might be on mute. Is Sandy with us? All right, let's see here. Let's try and go then with Nikki.
Okay. Bien, gracias. Necesito un lápiz.
All right. So do I just ask the questions in the picture?
Yeah, maybe ask 2 or 3 of those questions.
All right. ¿Cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 40 años. Soy muy vieja.
Oh.
¿Qué te gusta hacer?
Me gusta mucho cocinar y ver películas.
Perfecto.
Muy bien.
All right, that's it.
And so then you can close the conversation, Nikki, by saying, ¿Cuánto cuesta todo?
¿Y cuánto cuesta todo?
What should I say? Gracias?
Yeah, you could say maybe 10 pesos. Cuesta 10 pesos?
Muy bien, un lápiz para 10 pesos.
Uh-huh. Gracias, ciao.
Gracias.
All right. So the purpose of this is actually to kind of throw you off your game a little bit, because in the first few lessons, I taught you a very specific dialogue. But when you get out in the real world and you start speaking Spanish, people aren't always going to say exactly what I've taught you how to say, right? So you have to be a little bit flexible, a little bit dynamic and prepared for just about anything that can come up. And don't ever forget, what did I teach you in our earlier period earlier? No entiendo, no entiendo, no entiendo. To say, I don't understand, okay?
No.
All right, Ana, ¿de qué es el color del equipo de España?
Is that a
Rojo.
color?
Rojo, yes.
Y azul.
Mhm. Nikki, ¿de qué color es el equipo de Alemania?
Rojo y negro.
Francis, ¿de qué color es el equipo de Argentina?
Blanco y azul.
Bien. And then just to elaborate on this particular color of blue is sky blue, which in Spanish you would say celeste. So blanco y celeste.
Celeste.
Blanco y celeste.
Let's see here. Now we have Kaylee. ¿De qué color es el equipo de Brasil?
El equipo de Brasil es amarillo.
Muy bien. Sandra, are you with us, Sandra?
I think I am. Am I?
Now I can hear you.
Yes.
Hi, Sandra.
Hey.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Mucho gusto todos.
Mucho gusto.
Andy, ¿de qué color es el equipo de Holanda?
Okay, algunas veces se dice que es anaranjado o naranja. ¿Qué
Yeah.
prefieres?
All right. So really the correct way is to say anaranjado. That's the official
Okay.
color according to
Anaranjado.
depending on what country you're in, I've noticed especially in North America, so including Mexico and the United States, and then I think in Central America too, you will hear people use naranja. But as far as I've always been officially taught, according to the rules coming out of Spain, naranja is the fruit orange and anaranjado is the color orange.
Right.
Okay, next we've got Taina. ¿De qué color es el equipo de Bélgica?
Es rojo y amarillo.
Muy bien, rojo y amarillo. Y next we have Tracy. ¿De qué color es el equipo de Francia?
Azul.
Azul, muy bien. Lyle.
I can't remember the other one.
Oh, okay. So if you don't know how to say it, you can always ask me. ¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice? Okay.
So ask me which color you want to say.
¿Cómo se dice yellow?
Se dice amarillo.
Amarillo. Okay.
Muy bien. Same thing for you, Lyle. I know you're you don't speak a lot of Spanish, so if you need to ask me, you can always say ¿Cómo se dice? ¿De qué color es el equipo de Estados Unidos?
I think Lyle might be gone.
Lyle is out of here. All right. No worries. Ana, ¿de qué color es el equipo de Estados Unidos?
Blanco.
All right.
Y verde?
Yeah, I guess the goalies.
Yeah. Right.
Nikki, ¿de qué color es el equipo de Nigeria?
Verde y azul.
Muy bien. Okay, let's do a reading activity. Francis.
Sí, señor. Gracias. Latinos famosos. Enrique Peña Nieto fue el presidente de México. No fue popular porque durante su presidencia se escapó el Chapo. La violencia se incrementó y la economía sufrió.
Okay, just so to make sure everybody understands what we're reading here. Enrique Peña Nieto fue el presidente de Mexico. Fue is the past tense of to be, so he was the president of Mexico. No fue popular, he was not popular, because during his presidency, El Chapo escaped, I think 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The violence incremented a lot, it grew a lot, and the economy suffered terribly. Francis, ¿te gusta Enrique Peña Nieto?
No, no me gusta.
Okay. Next, let's go with Kaylee.
Fidel Castro y Che Guevara fueron los revolucionarios que introdujeron el comunismo a Cuba y mantienen a los cubanos en la década de los 50.
So Fidel Castro and Che Guevara were the revolutionaries that introduced communism to Cuba and keep the Cubans essentially living in the 50s, the decade of the 50s. Kaylee, ¿te gustan Fidel Castro y Che Guevara?
No, no me gusta.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sandy, tell us about Pitbull.
Pitbull es un rapero de Miami de ascendencia cubana. Es famoso por decir dale.
Muy
¿Te
bien.
gusta Pitbull? Yo no conozco nada de él. Yo no estoy seguro o no.
So for everybody, Pitbull is a rapper from Miami of Cuban roots. He is famous for saying dale. Let's see here. Ana, ¿te gusta Pitbull?
No sé.
Who likes Pitbull? ¿A quién le gusta Pitbull?
A mí me gusta. A mí me gusta su música.
Muy bien. Sí. He's a very famous singer. He does a lot of kind of Spanglish type stuff where he primarily raps in English but throws a lot of Spanish words in there. But he's definitely going to have the Cuban dialect for you that might be a little hard to understand for some of you. All right, Taina, do you want to tell us about Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez, please?
Mark Anthony y Jennifer Lopez son cantantes muy famosos, pero son conocidos por tener una de las relaciones públicas más celosas y feas. ¿Te gusta Mark Anthony y Jennifer Lopez?
A mí me gusta su música, pero las personas no me gustan. So I like their music. As people, I don't like them very much. But they do produce really good music. So Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez are very famous singers, but they are known for having one of the most kind of ugly and jealous public relationships They were known for being very jealous of each other. Okay, let's see here. Who's next? Tracy, do you want to tell us about George Lopez?
I will try. George Lopez es un cómico chicano de Los Ángeles y usa
Muchísimo.
el Spanglish en su comedia.
Okay. George Lopez is a Chicano comic from Los Angeles, and he uses Spanglish a whole lot in his comedy. Tracy, ¿te gusta George Lopez?
Sí, me gusta.
Me gusta. Me gusta.
Me gusta. Me gusta. George Lopez.
Yeah, I like introducing my students to George Lopez. He is really funny, I think. And you can hear a lot of words in Spanish. He speaks again primarily in English, but just constantly throws in those Spanish words for you to help, kind of practice your ear and get the habit of that. All right, let's see here. Ana, do you want to tell us about Cheech and Chong?
Cheech and Chong es un dúo de comedia activo desde los, ¿cómo se dice? 70.
Very good. Se dice 70.
70 y muy popular entre personas que fuman marihuana.
Marijuana. So the H is silent. Marijuana.
Marijuana.
Yeah, you learn everything at the language school. So, Cheech and Chong is a comedic duo that's been active since the 70s, and they're very popular among people that smoke marijuana. Ana, ¿te gustan Cheech and Chong?
No sé, I don't know them.
They're funny. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff out there. You can look them up, Cheech and Chong. All right, let's go with Nikki. Tell us about Carlos Slim.
Carlos Slim es el mayor empresario de México y a veces conocido como el hombre más rico del mundo.
¿Te gusta Carlos Slim?
No sé, no conozco bien.
Yeah. Does anybody know anything about Carlos Slim?
No.
Okay.
¿Es el mayor ahora?
Yeah, he more or less owns the entire country of Mexico. Like, he's really big into telecommunications and real estate and construction.
Wow. Oh, okay.
And everybody, I think, knows who Bill Gates is, right? Like, everybody thinks Bill Gates is the richest man in the world. So, like, there's this handful of billionaires that I guess, depending on how their portfolios are doing, go back and forth from being the richest people in the world. So from time to time, this guy out of Mexico is actually the richest man in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. He's known for being pretty ruthless, so I don't think he's particularly a great guy. I kind of admire him as a business person, but yeah, I think there's better ways to conduct yourself.
Okay.
All right. Let's go on to somebody a little bit more friendly. Francis, do you want to tell us about el Papa Francisco?
Sí. El Papa Francisco es el primer Papa latinoamericano, es de Argentina. Es conocido por ser humilde y está renovando la popularidad del catolicismo en el mundo.
Muy bien, gracias, Francis. ¿Te gusta el Papa Francisco?
Sí, me gusta el Papa Francisco.
Muy bien. So this says the Pope Francis was the first Latin American Pope in Argentina. He is known for being humble, and he is renewing the popularity of Catholicism in the world. At least he was initially. I think he's had a couple of hiccups. All right, very good. Moving on along. Vamos a repasar los verbos regulares en español. Kelly, ¿qué significa ordenar?
No sé.
No sé. Ordenar significa to order.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
¿Cómo se dice I order?
Yo ordeno.
And then you order?
Tú ordenas.
Very good. Sandy, ¿qué significa tomar?
To drink.
Very good. How do you say I drink?
Yo tomo.
You drink?
Tú tomas.
Reservar. Taina, ¿qué significa reservar?
I wasn't in yesterday's class, but it wouldn't be, would it be to reserve or is it something different?
It would absolutely be to reserve. Yeah. So this is one of those Latin cognates that we were talking about in our first lesson. So oftentimes, if a word looks like it, I mean, more than oftentimes, 90% of the time, if a word looks like an English word, chances are that's exactly what it means. So Taina, how could you say I reserve?
Yo reservo.
And then you reserve?
Tú reservas.
All right, very good. Tracy, bailar, ¿qué significa?
To dance.
Very good. How do you say I dance?
You bailo.
Yo bailo, muy bien. And then you dance?
Tú bailas.
Ana, cocinar, ¿qué significa?
To cook?
Yeah.
Oh,
Almost
there we go.
cook.
Cocinó, cocinar.
So remember, you kind of want to emphasize the second to last syllable. Cocino.
Cocino.
There you go. Cocino.
Cocinas.
Cocinas. Nikki, esquiar.
To ski.
¿Te gusta esquiar, Nikki?
No, no me gusta porque mi rodilla está roto un poquito.
Oh, okay.
Me duele mi rodilla, pero.
All right. Let's see here. Esquiar, how do you say I ski? Yeah, Taina, I will definitely send that over to you.
Thank you.
Esquio.
Mhm.
Esquio.
And then you ski.
Esquías.
Francis, viajar?
Viajar, to travel. Yo viajo, tú viajas.
Desear, Kaylee?
Desear. I don't know.
All right, so desear means to desire. That's the
Oh,
Latin.
yes. Okay.
It'll
Yeah,
help you remember, or in other words, to want.
Yes. Okay.
How do you say
Yo deseo y tú deseas.
Muy bien. Sandy, comer?
To eat. Yo como. Tú comas.
So this is an ER verb, so we're going to say come.
Sí, tú comes.
Tú comes. Muy bien. Leer for Taina.
To read. Yo leo. Tú lees.
Muy bien. Tracy, beber?
To drink.
And then how do you say I drink?
You
So remember,
bebo.
yeah, yo bebo. So remember the rule. You take away the ER ending and you add back an O. Yo bebo?
Tú bebes.
Perfecto. Muy bien. You're doing great, Tracy.
Gracias.
Ana, correr.
To run. Corro. Corres.
Perfecto. So now we're going to switch to taking turns and asking each other these questions, okay? So one thing is, you know, with me, when I'm in class, I like to try and talk less than my students. So let's go with you, Ana. Ask Nikki, number one.
Nikki, ordenas jugo de naranja con el desayuno.
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 One more time.
So remember that it's A. Desa. Now, because the A is followed by a Y, it changes it into an I.
Desayuno.
Muy bien.
Sí. Sí, me gusta mucho al jugo de naranja y lo ordeno jugo de naranja con el desayuno.
Okay, good. So you mixed in the direct object pronoun there with the direct object.
Oh, yeah. I should have just done one or the other.
Yeah, you could say lo ordeno con el desayuno or ordeno jugo con el desayuno. Okay, but you don't want to mix those together.
Muy bien, gracias.
Dale, Nikki, a Francis. Número 2.
Frances, ¿tomas café por la mañana?
Sí, tomo café cada mañana.
Muy bien.
Francis te quedo.
Sí. Kelly, ¿reservas una mesa normalmente?
No, no reservo una mesa normalmente.
All right, Kaylee to Sandy.
Sandy, ¿bailas en la discoteca?
Normalmente no, pero me encanta a bailar.
Muy bien, Sandy to Taina.
¿Cocinas comida mexicana?
Sí, a veces cocino comida mexicana. Me gustan los tacos.
Sí, los tacos son ricos. Taina, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres?
Yo voy de Nueva York. Yo soy de Nueva York y Virginia hoy.
You have a Spanish sounding name, Taina.
Oh, that's de Puerto Rico. So my grandparents are all Puerto Rican. So mi abuelitos todos son de Puerto Rico.
Okay, perfect. We've had a lot of students study with us from Puerto Rico, and those students that were from here study. I've got one of my students that's living in Puerto Rico right now that studied Spanish with us.
Yeah, I forgot most of my Spanish.
Well, we're here to get it back on track for you. Don't worry. All right, Taina to Tracy. Ask número, what are we on? Número 6.
¿Esquías mucho durante el invierno?
Sí. Esquieo mucho durante el invierno.
Muy bien. Tracy to Ana, número 7.
Viajas por Sudamérica.
Viajas por Sudamérica.
Sudamérica.
Muy bien. That's for Anna. Anna left us, I think. Okay, Nikki, how about you answer that one?
Lo siento. Estuve en mute. No, nunca viajo por Sudamérica.
Okay, Nikki to Francis.
Francis, ¿qué deseas beber hoy?
Hoy deseo beber vino.
Bueno. Qué buena idea.
All right, Francis to Kaylee.
Kaylee, ¿comes comida cubana mucho?
No como comida cubana mucho, pero es muy deliciosa.
De acuerdo. Sí.
So next, Kaylee to Sandy.
Sandy, ¿cuántos vasos de agua bebes generalmente?
Yo creo que 64 onzas, 8 vasos, generalmente.
Okay, Sandy to Taina.
¿Lees un buen libro ahora?
Sí, yo leo un buen libro.
¿Cuál es el nombre, el título?
La Biblia.
Igualmente.
Muy bien, Taina to Tracy.
¿Corres fuera o en el gimnasio?
Gonlo fuera.
Corro fuera.
Yeah. Gonlo fuera.
So repeat it after me. Corro.
I cannot pronounce that word.
Try. Corro.
Corro.
It's too hard.
All right. moving on along. Nice job with that. So, to become truly conversational in a new language, at least with Spanish, what you want to do is, like on this last slide where we were just answering questions, right? You also need to prepare yourself for making your own questions. So when I teach my Spanish classes, I start with just the first and the second person for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, in 90% of the conversations that you're going to find yourself having over the next 3 months, somebody's going to be asking you a question, or you're going to be asking someone else a question, and it's typically going to be in kind of one-on-one situations. So you need to know how to ask a question in the second person and then answer it in the first person, okay? So it's pretty simple. We're going to start with talking about drinks, okay? So on the right, we have a list of 10 different types of drinks, and on the left, we have 4 different verbs that we can use that are associated with drinks. We can drink a drink, or order, or want a drink. So step number 1, to start your question, you start by using the second person or the to form of the verb. So you take an ER verb and it ends with ES, or an AR verb and it ends with AS. So for example, I could say, Ana, ¿bebes la cerveza?
No, bebo la cerveza. What's the difference between beber and tomar?
Well, there's really not much of a difference for this at this point with your Spanish-speaking career. Tomar can mean a couple of other things that we'll see in the future, but for now, the biggest difference is that one's an AR verb and one is an ER verb, okay? I have I've asked that question frequently to people that I come across in the Spanish-speaking world. In certain countries, they might use one more associated with alcoholic drinks and then the other associated with non-alcoholic drinks. In most of my Spanish-speaking life, most people tend to use the verb tomar. I very, very, very rarely hear the verb beber. So, you know, I don't know. That's the best answer I have for you.
Gracias.
But for the time being, it's just to help us practice an ER and an AR verb, okay? All right, so as you heard Anna did, she switched that verb bebes in the to form to answer in the yo form, bebo. So getting comfortable with going back and forth from the question and the answer is the thing that we're looking for to do here. So Anna, ask Nikki number 1.
Okay. Tomas el jugo de naranja? Nikki?
Sí, tomo el jugo de naranja.
Nikki to Francis, number 2.
Francis, ¿deseas el jugo de manzana?
Sí, deseo el jugo de manzana.
Francis to Kaylee.
Kaylee, ¿tomas la leche?
No tomo la leche.
All right, Kaylee to Sandy.
Sandy, ¿bebes el agua?
Sí, yo bebo mucho.
All right, Sandy to Tina.
Tina, ¿le gustan los refrescos?
So just start with one of the verbs from the left-hand side, Sandy, to make it a little bit of an easier activity.
All right. Kaylee, ¿tomas los refrescos?
Sí, tomo los refrescos.
All right, Dinah to Tracy.
Tracy, ¿tomas la cerveza?
Sí, toma la cerveza.
All right, and so for your answer, you want to say tomo with an O on the end. Oh, tomo.
Tomo la cerveza.
Maybe in. Let's see here. We're number 8. Tracy to Ana.
Okay, ¿bebes el vino?
Muy bien.
No, no bebo el vino.
All right, Ana to Nikki.
Nikki, ¿qué significa los tragos?
Los tragos significa cocktails or mixed drinks.
Nikki, ¿bebes los tragos?
Sí, bebo muchos tragos. los quarantinis.
That's one, Ron, Nikki to Francis.
Francis, ¿ordenas el ron?
No, no ordeno el ron normalmente.
So same activity, now we're switching it from drinks to food. So we've got 4 different verbs we can use with food: comer, ordenar, desear, o cocinar, and then 10 different types of food or meals on the right. So again, we start by asking a question in the second person. ¿Comes la carne? And we answer in the first person. Sí, como la carne. Let's see here. Who are we with next? Francis to Kaylee, yeah?
Kelly, ¿cocinas la cena?
Number 1, Francis, el desayuno.
Oh, disculpa.
She had too many of those quarantines.
Kelly, ¿comes el desayuno cada día?
Sí, como el desayuno todos los días. No, yeah.
All right, so Kaylee to Sandy, number 2.
Sandy, ¿cocinas el almuerzo?
No, no, yo no cocino mucho el almuerzo. Solamente yo como yogurt.
Bien. Sandy to Dinah, number 3, la cena.
Oh, Tina, let's see, Tina. ¿Cocinas mucho la cena?
A veces yo cocino. Cocino. Yeah, a veces yo cocino la cena.
Muy bien. All right, so now Tina to Tracy.
Okay. Tracy, para desayuno, ¿comes los huevos?
Say one more time. I didn't hear what you said.
¿Comes los huevos?
So, sí, como los huevos.
And Tracy to Anna.
Ana, ¿comes el
Arroz.
I can't pronounce that one.
Right. We're all here to learn, and we don't learn if we don't try.
Luz. It's hard for me.
Well, you got it, yeah.
Sí, como el arroz.
All right, Anna to Nikki.
Nikki, ¿cocinas la carne?
No, no cocino la carne porque no como la carne.
All right, Nikki to Francis.
Okay, Francis, ¿deseas la fruta?
Sí, deseo la fruta. Kelly? Kelly, ¿cocinas el pollo con la cena? ¿Para la cena?
Sí, cocino el pollo.
Muy bien, Kaylee to Sandy.
Sandy, ordenas las verduras?
Sí, pero me prefieres carne.
Prefiero. So that was a good way to answer it, but when you say that, say prefiero, ending in the O.
Oh,
Prefiero.
sí, sí, sí. Okay. Prefiero el carne.
Perfecto.
Okay.
La carne. Next one, Sandy to Taina.
China. ¿Deseas,
That's good again.
¿Deseas ordenar el pescado?
Si yo deseo ordeno el pescado.
Okay. So here you've got two verbs that you're putting together. So if you want to say, I want to order, then you want to say, deseo ordenar.
Ordenar.
You don't conjugate both verbs.
Deseo ordenar el pescado.
That across the board,
Yes.
where we don't conjugate both verbs if they're in the sentence.
Yeah, typically speaking, I mean, you got to look at exactly the sentence. If it's a super complex sentence with two or more clauses, then maybe you would conjugate them. But in this situation, just like in English, if you think about it this way, and this we see it especially with like a handful of verbs. I want, I like, I need, where you're going to follow that up with a secondary action in the infinitive form. So I want to eat. You don't say I want, I eat. So if you conjugate both, right? Deseo como, you're essentially saying I want, I eat. So you want to split that. You don't want to conjugate both of them, and you just want to say deseo comer. I want to eat. All right. Okay. We're going to practice ordering food again, but this time, as we were in an Argentine pizzeria, okay? So let's see here. Let's practice. Who did we leave off with there last time? Was that Tina that did the last one? So I think
Yeah, answered last.
we'll go with Tracy. Hola, Tracy. ¿En qué le puedo servir?
Wait a second. My phone about to die. I have to charge my phone very quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Ana, ¿en qué le puedo servir?
Dile, pollo, amiga.
Mesa para, no sé, how many are?
We have 7 people here.
Oh, so siente.
100. Woo!
No, my husband just walked in and distracted me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Se siete. Siete, por favor.
Okay. Okay, adelante. Francis, ¿deseas tomar algo?
Sí, deseo una cerveza, por favor.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Kaylee? Kaylee? Maybe we lost Kaylee.
I think she's on mute.
¿Y tú?
Sorry. I was on mute.
Oh,
Deseo, deseo una copa de vino, por favor.
muy bien. ¿Y tú, Sandy?
Yo creo una botella de agua.
Okay. ¿Y tú, Taina?
Yo deseo una copa de vino también.
¿Y tú, Tracy? Tracy?
Hello?
¿Y tú?
I'm lost.
So I'm asking you if you want to drink something. ¿Deseas tomar algo?
Deseo un jugo.
Okay. Deseo. Deseo. Repeat after me. Deseo.
I'm not sure what happened.
So repeat after me, Tracy. Deseo.
I can't hear you now. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so repeat after me, Tracy.
Deseo.
Deseo. There you go. Deseo un jugo. Looks like we have a new student, Vanessa.
Sí, hola.
Hola, Vanessa.
Hola, Vanessa.
Hola, Vanessa.
Hello.
Hola.
Bienvenidos.
Gracias.
I'm not sure
Yo
what
hablo
happened. I
español.
can't hear you.
Sí, sí, se anota, Vanessa. ¿Qué hace aquí en la clase de español?
Mi amiga Tracy me invitó.
Oh, qué bueno. La estudiante avanzada en nuestra clase.
I'm looking for help. I'm a Spanish teacher and I need help for my students.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, this is what we're doing for our students while we're all on shutdown. So maybe you'll like the program and we can help you use it with your students. I'm going to treat you just like a normal student, Vanessa, okay?
Hey, sounds good.
¿Desea tomar algo?
Sí, deseo una copa de vino, por favor.
Claro que sí. Ana, ¿deseas tomar algo?
Deseo un jugo, por favor.
¿Y tú, Nikki?
Deseo una copa de vino con Vanessa, por favor.
So, if we're at a typical Argentine restaurant, we might see empanadas on the menu, okay? So remember, these are like our little meat pastries that we learned about in the last class. You might see on the menu una empanada criolla. It's not going to tell you necessarily what's in it, but this would be una empanada criolla from Argentina would be like made of ground beef, and typically might have like green bell pepper, olives, onions, that sort of thing, garlic. De jamón y queso, that means ham and cheese. De queso y cebolla, meaning cheese and onion, and then de verdura, meaning just a veggie empanada. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go backwards this time. Let's go with Vanessa. ¿Deseas unas empanadas?
Sí, deseo una empanada de jamón y queso, por favor.
¿Y tú, Tracy? Tracy? Okay, I lost connectivity there. ¿Y tú? I've heard that the internet is getting tested more than it's ever been tested before with everybody online right now. So if you're experiencing some glitchy internet, that might be what's going on here.
All right, I can hear you finally.
Okay. ¿Y tú, Tracy, deseas unas empanadas?
Queso de jamón y queso.
Muy bien. Let's try that one more time. Deseo. Deseo. Repite.
Deseo.
Yeah.
Deseo.
Deseo. Okay, good. ¿Y tú, Taina?
Deseo criolla.
Una criolla. Una criolla.
Criolla.
¿Y tú, Sandy?
Yo deseo una empanada de queso y cebolla.
Yeah, Vanessa came to class with empanadas to share with us.
Nice.
Gracias.
But you just teased us.
It looks just like the picture too.
You guys need to come over to eat with me.
Right.
¿Cuál tipo son?
Carne molida.
Muy bien.
So that would be like a criolla. Where are you from? ¿De dónde eres, Vanessa?
Panamá, mi esposo, my husband is from Argentina.
Ah, okay. Nice. ¿Y tú, Sandy, deseas unas empanadas?
Oh, sí, yo creo, deseo una empanada de jamón y queso y uno de queso y cebolla.
Qué rico. ¿Y tú, Kelly?
Sí, deseo una empanada criolla.
¿Y tú, Francis?
Sí, deseo una de jamón y queso y una de verdura, por favor.
¿Y tú, Nikki?
Sí, deseo una empanada de queso y cebolla.
¿Y tú, Ana?
My phone is ringing. I'm trying to stop it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Stopped. Okay. Sí, deseo una empanadas de verdura.
Are you angry? What's all the...
I'm trying to make it come out my mouth.
Right, so for kind of your main course, if you're at a typical Argentine restaurant, you might have an option of un sándwich or una pizza, okay? So let's take a look at our sándwiches first. So a very common sandwich is just called un tostado, jamón y queso, ham and cheese sandwich. Una media luna would also be ham and cheese on a croissant. Una milanesa is my favorite. That's what this picture is of, steak sandwich. And then un choripan, this is like a sausage sandwich. That's a really good one too. In terms of pizza, we might get a mozzarella pizza. So that's just plain cheese. Here we have a picture of una pizza verde, which is typically has jamón y aceitunas. So it's called verde because of the aceitunas, because of the green olives that comes on it, not because of the sauce. So if we think of a green pizza, we might think it's because of the sauce. It has nothing to do with that. Una pizza napolitana includes jamón, tomate, ajo, aceitunas. Ajo is garlic. And then they also have una pizza fugasa, which is just a plain onion pizza. I ordered that once, and that was the last time I ordered that pizza. Ana, ¿deseas un sándwich o una pizza hoy?
Deseas una pizza de mozzarella.
De mozzarella. Remember to flip that deseas into deseo.
Deseo. I was so focused on pronouncing the mozzarella.
Jeez, I know. Okay, Nikki, ¿y tú?
Deseo una pizza, por favor. Una pizza de mozzarella también.
¿Y tú, Francis? ¿Un sándwich o una pizza?
Oh, sí. Deseo una pizza, una pizza napolitana.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Kelly? ¿Deseas un sándwich o una pizza?
Deseo una pizza, por favor. Una pizza napolitana.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Sandy?
Deseo una pizza verde.
¿Y tú, Taina?
Deseo una pizza de mozzarella. O de mozzarella.
Yeah, good question. So in Argentina, vamos a decir mozzarella. It's a very strong sh sound. But around here, it would be pronounced mozzarella.
It almost sounded Italian, actually.
Yeah.
Argentinians, so it's funny you mentioned that. It's more of a European culture. And so back in during the big, World War I and World War II, where we saw a lot of migration leaving Europe and going to New York, I would say probably the second place people went to was Buenos Aires. And so we had these massive amounts of Italians going to Buenos Aires. And so, yeah, they actually kind of speak Spanish, but with an Italian accent. They kind of sing it out like that. Yes, Vanessa, I'm actually American. I'm from the United States, but I lived in Argentina. So that's where I really learned and how to speak Spanish. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go next with Tracy. ¿Y tú deseas una pizza o un sándwich hoy?
Una pizza.
Okay. ¿Cuál tipo?
Deseo una pizza de verde.
Una pizza verde. Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Vanessa?
Yo deseo un sándwich de milanesa.
Una milanesa. Qué rico. Okay. Muy bien. All right. So in Argentina, it's very customary to drink a coffee after dinner or after any type of meal, lunch or dinner. Okay. So along with postre, meaning dessert, they might also include a coffee. ¿Deseas café o postre? Let's start with you, Kaylee. Kaylee, ¿deseas café o postre?
Deseo postre.
Muy bien. ¿Qué tipo? ¿Deseas helado, pastel de tres leches o el flan?
Deseo el pastel de tres leches, por favor.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Sandy?
Sí, deseo el helado también de chocolate.
¿Y tú, Taina?
Deseo el pastel de tres leches.
¿Tú, Tracy?
Deseo el pastel de dulce de leche.
Sorry, Tracy, we're having a little trouble with the audio there. We'll try you again in a minute. Vanessa, ¿y tú?
Yo deseo dulce de leche.
¿Y tú, Ana?
Deseo el helado.
Helado.
Chocolate.
Yeah. Pretend that H isn't even there. The H's are silent.
El helado.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Nikki?
Sí, deseo el pastel de tres leches, porfa.
¿Y tú, Francis?
Deseo el flan, por favor.
Muy bien. So remember, after you're done eating, you can say, ¿es todo?
Es todo.
Sí, es todo.
Sí, es todo. La cuenta, por favor.
La cuenta, por favor.
La cuenta, por favor.
So I always like to share the story of my grandpa. Used to travel throughout Mexico. Can you imagine going to Cancun where there was only one hotel? That was the stories that I would hear from my grandparents. But he would tell me that he never asked for la cuenta. He asked for la cuentita, por favor. And that always got a good laugh out of the servers there. So there's something called a diminutive in Spanish. To make something small, you put an ito or an ita on the end. So he didn't say, no, la cuenta, no, la cuentita, por favor.
La cuentita.
All right, muy bien. Let's move on and do a little reading activity here. So why don't we start this one with Taina? Do you want to tell us about Argentina? Read that verse on the top right for us.
Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Under the map?
On the top right.
Oh, okay. Argentina es el país más grande de Hispanoamérica y está ubicado al sureste de Sudamérica.
Muy bien. So let's see here. Do you want to tell us what she just said, Tracy?
Well, what do you want me to do? Sorry.
You know what? Do you understand what she just told us?
No.
All right. How about you, Vanessa? You can be our translator here.
All right. Buenos Aires is a city, one of the biggest cities in the world.
Top right is the one that she just read us, I think.
Okay. Argentina es el país más grande. It's the one of the most bigger countries in Hispanoamérica, Latin America, and it's very south.
Yeah, southeast.
Southeast.
So Argentina, so this word Hispanoamerica is a little bit more specific than Latin America. It specifically means Spanish-speaking America, because Brazil is actually a larger country. But out of all the Spanish-speaking countries, Argentina is the largest country. And it's in the very southeast of South America. All right, let's try the next one. Ana, Buenos Aires.
Okay. Buenos Aires es una de las ciudades más grandes del mundo con una población de más de
17
millones de habitantes.
Perfecto. Vanessa, can you give us the correct pronunciation for Buenos Aires?
Sí. Buenos Aires es una de las ciudades más grandes del mundo con una población de más de 17 millones de habitantes.
Nice. That's a hard word to pronounce for English speakers. Aires.
Clearly.
So Buenos Aires is one of the largest cities in the world with a population of over 17 million people. I think it's even larger than, I think it's getting closer to like 25 million right now. So to put that in perspective, you know, New York, I think has what, about 8 million people? Buenos Aires is easily double that, almost triple that. Okay, let's go with this next one. Nikki.
Buenos Aires tiene la segunda población judía más grande de América después de Nueva York.
Muy bien. So Buenos Aires has the second largest Jewish population outside of New York in the Americas. Right? I like to teach this because I think most people would, you know, thinking of Spanish speakers, assume that they're all Catholic, but there is a little bit of variety throughout the Spanish speaking world. And the same thing, like what we were talking about with how Argentinians speak Spanish with almost an Italian accent. As a result of that mass migration during the earlier, especially World War II, a lot of Jewish people were leaving Europe to get away from the Nazis and ended up living in Francis.
Buenos Aires es conocida como la París de la América Latina por su arquitectura y gente europea.
Very good. So Buenos Aires is known as the Paris of Latin America because of its architecture and its European people. So as you know, living here in Colorado, most of the Spanish speakers that you come in contact with are from Mexico, and they tend to have, you know, real like jet black hair and real dark skin. But if you get down to South America, you're going to see a lot of people that actually look like me, a lot whiter in their complexion. It's not uncommon to see blonde people with blue eyes, more of that kind of European look. And then the architecture is definitely more that kind of, you know, Spanish, French, Italian style architecture. All right, let's go. Kaylee.
Tango.
El deporte más popular en Argentina es el fútbol, teniendo 2 campeonatos mundiales.
Muy bien. So the most popular sport in Argentina is soccer, and they have won they have won 2 world championships, which means the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, they've won it 2 times in the history. That's a picture of Maradona, known to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, soccer players of all time. All right, let's go with, who's next? Sandy.
Sí, Argentina también es conocido por el tango, un baile sensual y una música romántica que se ve por todos lados.
Muy bien. So Argentina is also known for tango, which is a very sensual dance and a romantic music that you see everywhere. This is a little picture of a couple of people that are performing tango. I'm guessing in the background in the Barrio Boca. So if you've ever been downtown Denver to the 16th Street Mall, you know, there's a lot of street performers that are out playing guitar and doing magic shows and stuff like that. You see the same thing in Argentina, and you see them all, you know, a lot of people dancing tango like this to make some money out on the street. So kind of cool walking around and see that. Taina.
Hay 7 maravillas naturales en el país, incluyendo las cataratas de Iguazú.
Great pronunciation, Taina. Good job. So yeah, there are 7 natural wonders in the country, including the Iguazu Falls is what we translate that to in English. I've actually been there. This is like, for me, I think the best place I've ever been in my life. It was amazing. Sandy, I know you went to Argentina last year, right? Did you go to Iguazu Falls?
No.
Oh,
Por infortuna, pero Buenos Aires fue magnífico y es todo lo que tú estás diciendo.
Muy bien, gracias. Ok, ahora el examen, la prueba. Who's next? Tracy. Argentina es un país chico. ¿Verdadero o falso? True or false?
Falso.
Falso. Es un país grande. Muy bien. Vanessa, más de 17 millones de personas viven en Buenos Aires.
Sería falso porque dice que es más de 17.
Bueno, es verdadero, porque sí, es más de 17 millones.
Okay.
A ver, Ana, ¿la religión judía no es importante en Argentina?
Falso.
Falso, es muy importante en Argentina. El fútbol es muy popular en Argentina. Nikki?
Verdadero.
Sí. Francis, Argentina es conocida por la música salsa.
Falso.
Falso.
Argentina es conocida por la música tango.
Muy bien. Finalmente, Kelly, no hay nada interesante que ver en Argentina.
Falso.
Falso, es muy falso. Yeah, there are so many interesting things to see in Argentina. Ok, vamos a aprender unos verbos nuevos. Repiten.
Hablar.
Hablar. Hablar.
Repiten. Caminar.
Caminar.
Correr.
Correr.
Aprender.
Aprender.
Escribir.
Escribir.
Recibir.
Recibir.
Vivir.
Vivir.
Discutir.
Discutir.
Muy bien. All right, so that was the last of this lesson for you here. So your homework would be, of course, get the book, Spanish Foundations. Let's start talking Spanish Foundations. You can order this book on Amazon. I'll make sure and include the link for you here. Give me 1 second. All right, so in the chat, oops, let's see here. To everyone. All right, well, I'm including the link to this book. You can go onto Amazon and buy the book, and then do lesson number 5 in your workbook here. Do I have any questions from today? I know we covered a lot of material. We had some new students join us. Make sure to send me your contact information. This is our second day of doing this. We've already covered the first 5 lessons in this book. This is normally something we would do 1 lesson per week here at the language school. So we're doing some really intensive online lessons, taking advantage of everybody being at home for a little while. I know, like, for example, we've got Vanessa, who is another Spanish teacher that has joined us today. I do make this program available for other teachers to use. So if you are looking for a way to keep your classes going while you are stuck at home, then yeah, definitely let's talk about how we can do that for you. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. You know, I'm so glad that you were that you found out about this.
Excellent class about Argentina. My husband is from Argentina. I mean, imagine, this is wonderful.
¿Es de River o es de Boca?
Él es de River.
No.
San Isidro. River, Los Olivos.
So yeah, make sure you send me your contact information. If you want me to follow up with you, I can always be reached here at the language school. The phone number here is 303-997-9207. And then my email address is david@thelanguageschool.us. I'll go ahead and write that down here in the chat if I can.
There's somewhere. Okay.
Any other questions?
David, hold on.
How do we get the app again?
Which app? The Zoom app?
No, it said complete all activities on app.
The person, the company that built the app for us went out of business last year. So so our app went out of business with that.
Okay.
I'm kind of scrambling here. I've got a new service provider to look at building a new app. In the meantime, Duolingo, I think, is probably the best app out there in terms of price and capabilities. I like Rosetta Stone for the voice recognition. Specifically, it really is big on making sure that you're pronouncing Spanish really well. But it does cost a lot of money. Duolingo is free, and the only thing I don't like is it doesn't necessarily go in the right order, I think, but it is something to do and something to practice.
What do you think about Pimsleur?
You know, I've never used Pimsleur other than like some of their audio CDs and stuff. I don't know about it, if they even have an app capability. I think I was using last year some of their CD. I study French kind of independently and practice with my good friend Frances here, and she somehow bears with me. But again, I think the one thing that I have found with almost every language application or self-study program, there's a couple of things. First and foremost, it's really hard to learn a language on your own. I cannot stress the importance of getting a real teacher to guide you through the process. And that's for a few reasons. First, you're always going to have questions. And so you don't get to ask questions to any of those apps. There's inevitably going to come to a point where you notice something and you want to know why, and you're stuck kind of wondering why. Another reason is learning how to speak a new language means talking to people, not talking to computers. So Rosetta Stone, Duolingo, all those types of apps, they are great for practice, but they're not good for actually learning how to talk to somebody. So you want to reach out to somebody like me or somebody like Vanessa. Have a real teacher that you can you know, ask those questions to, and somebody that can guide you through the process. Okay, but yeah, anything you can do to practice, I think, is ultimately going to be good for you. I love telling my students to practice kind of what's known as blended learning or mixed learning by taking classes with me and also using the apps to fill in their downtime with some practice. Yeah, does that make sense?
Sí.
Yeah, good. Good question. I like that question.
Gracias, profesor.
De nada.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias a ustedes. So we're going to wrap things up for here today. Make sure you reach out to me independently. My contact information is here. My phone number is 303-997-9207. My email is david@thelanguageschool.us. I'm going to write your email, Vanessa, because I see you sent that over to me.
Hasta luego, grupo.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Gracias.
Gracias.
Hasta luego, Nikki. Nos vemos.
So yeah, I know, Vanessa, you want to talk later, and Tracy, you want to talk later. Just as soon as I get a chance, I'll be reaching out to you, okay? And we're gonna be back online again tomorrow, 11 to 3. You know, we kind of have a lunch break at some point in between. So please join us again tomorrow, live and on air from 11 to 3 via Zoom.
Same number.
Yeah, should be the same meeting number, same login information. Thank you so much for joining everybody.
Thank you. Gracias.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Thank you, David.
De rien.